Right everyone, welcome back to another episode of the F124 Driver Career Mode with Williams. This is part number 14 today for the Las Vegas Grand Prix. If you missed the previous episode at Brazil, I recommend you go and check one out before seeing this one because, spoiler, the race was much better than the sprint. After contact with my teammate Alex Albon in the sprint across the line. The race though was a lot better, coming through the field from 16th to get 7th. Now R&D wise, I don't have much R&D points to purchase a lot, so I still can't rush out Perez after the previous episode either. However, we don't need to look at that because we're having a regulation change. There's no cutscene, no little voice either. It's a Sashi reset basically. So we'll go and purchase some of those.
Walls are close, the speeds are high, and the location is borderline unbelievable. It is time for qualifying in Las Vegas.
So here we are in qualifying. As well, just a bit disappointing there that with the R&D reset there's not actually a cutscene, which is very disappointing. Not even the wording from either Mark or the R&D bloke who of course has departed on this year's game. You know, it's not having that cutscene or that wording on the game is very disappointing. You know, another very disappointing thing about F124, but at this point it's really hardly surprising, as well as everyone now makes a shift to F1 Manager, coming soon to this channel by the way. But anyway, I've talked halfway through the lap now and I'm a 10th that. You do, as I said previously at Brazil, we don't talk about it, but this is another track where you do need the toe, especially down the straight that's going to come as well. That corner is horrible in this game, sliding all the time for that corner. We're going to get a slipstream from the McLaren. It's not as good as the one I had earlier when somebody was on the lap earlier, and the closing speed on that McLaren is, well, you know, I mean the McLaren's not on the lap, but he has left to go I think as well. Not quite as good though as the previous best lap, only slightly up. Look at the exit, so that's the effect of fresher tyres against older tyres. As well, we're not going to certainly get a slipstream from the Alpine, but it is up to the line. Where will this put us? Already in the top 10 as I cross the line in Las Vegas, and it's P5, and it's a good day for Williams because Albon is P4. So yes, I am looking forward to seeing what this race can deliver. As well, Albon is P4, so this could be a good race between myself and Albon. Russell's got a penalty, that's good for me. Piastri, not so much, he's got a penalty as well. So, well, we'll have to see what we can do then from 5th place on the grid. It's time for the race, and it's time for today's Las Vegas Grand Prix.
We might be in the middle of the desert here, but it does still rain in this part of the world. It's raining right now. How is that going to affect things down the world-famous strip at the Las Vegas Grand Prix? 3.8 miles and 3 straights. A good place to do some sightseeing at around 210 miles per hour. 17 corners should provide plenty of interest and lots of overtaking with 2 DRS zones. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Fernando Alonso lines up on pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Phoenix, Verstappen, Stroll, Norris, Perez, Russell, Joe, Hamilton, Albon, Ocon, Oscar Piastri, Hülkenberg, Magnussen, Ricciardo, Gasly, Tsunoda, and Valtteri Bottas begins the race from the back of the grid. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? Welcome to the commentary box. I'm Alex Jakes. Alongside me, a real authority on all things motor racing. It's a warm welcome back to Anthony Davidson. Well, they're having a better time than their teammates so far this year. How do you keep that momentum going? Well, it's all about forgetting last time because that was a bit of a shocker. How do they change the story today?
You've got to put it behind you. Whatever happened last time, I was always told as a driver, park it, forget about it. Obviously, feel the pain when it happens, but then you can't dwell on it and carry that through to the next race. So put it behind you and just crack on with this race coming your way now.
No idea what Anthony was talking about there, but there we go. Nice to see a little bit of a change about with them just going banging on about pre-race build-up. Race strategy for me: one stop, medium, soft, as well. Gives us the option to go medium hard, which the AI look like they are going to do. So Firebird lights in the Las Vegas Grand Prix, and away we go. And it's a good start, better than Leclerc. A shocker for the Ferrari. Alonso will take the lead. Going to have a go around the outside then of Carlos Sainz, but unable to make the move there, and will have to stick for P3 as the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc follows behind. Meanwhile, on board with Max Verstappen, he tried to have a go at Leclerc, but then got really out of shape at turn 2. Lost out to Stroll. Then is now going side by side with Lando Norris in the McLaren. Will Norris be able to get past Verstappen here? So go side by side through into the middle sector, and Norris, I think, has the better line to take that place away then. Meanwhile, we've got Hamilton is battling with an Alpine. Albon's already in front of them, but he's stuck behind Zhou as well. So not a good end to the season for Mercedes. Who've been a bit woeful. Verstappen now comes back at Lando Norris down the inside. This is the end of this long straight as well, and Verstappen gives Norris room there, and it gets in front of, stays in front, as that is Sainz having a go. Alonso, this is the race lead, DRS enabled, but Alonso unable to make it past, and now, you know, myself and Leclerc, we've caught up. Again, Sainz will have a go now at Alonso, and Alonso's just a sitting duck without DRS. Can I get Sainz as well? I think better of it. You know, I could have dived him there, but in actual fact, out the final corner here, it's actually going to be a very good move. Can I go down the inside, around the outside, and set a new fastest lap? No, I'm going to have to lift off and stay behind the Spaniard for now. But yeah, meanwhile, as I say, Albon's still stuck behind Zhou. I was expecting a bit better from Albon after qualified P4. You know, I was expecting to clear Zhou a lot sooner than this, but he hasn't done so just yet, as I'm going to now have the DRS. Sainz is without DRS, and he's just sitting duck without DRS. Steps through the straight line speed of his Williams car, and I have the lead already on lap number 3. And that is now George Russell having a go at Verstappen. So Verstappen is starting to go backwards as Russell has a go at Verstappen, and Russell side by side through the middle sector as well. I think Verstappen will stay ahead for now, but for how much longer? Meanwhile, Sainz has come back with some DRS, so yeah, not really much you can do there. It's just about trying to balance it out. I think that we can play some DRS games more than last year because the DRS detection point has been moved, but you know, I have, for some reason, we're getting a good run out that final corner. I don't know if it's because the AI used all their battery trying to overtake me down the straight. Gonna go have a go around the outside of Sainz. Can I make this move work? We'll turn to the inside room for the next corner. Sainz has to yield, and finally back up into the race lead with DRS. What a good, that is a good move. As well, around the outside here at turn 1, turns the inside for turn 2, which is crucial. That's where you want to be to make this overtake work, and exactly what I've done to retake the lead away from Carlos Sainz. And that's Russell. He's now ahead of I think that he's also ahead. No, he's slowing down, and Russell is out of the race with an engine failure. As I say, he was ahead of Sergio Perez. Meanwhile, up at the front, I'm being chased by Charles Leclerc this time, not Carlos Sainz as well. I block out Leclerc. Alonso decided to send it, but you know, he wanted to have a go for the lead here. You know, just not really thinking about smart, and he actually, instead of trying to gain the position, he's actually not going to get the position on Sainz. as well as Leclerc as they go around the outside. And the other main DRS zone down into turn 3 as well. Leclerc has the inside, and I'm terrible through this sector where there's a big smiley face. And I've been if you're on the you need to be on the inside to defend that. Otherwise, you've got no chance. I think personally, and I have to be careful to block Carlos Sainz off as well and not lose second place out as well. But of course, Leclerc's not going to last long in the lead because DRS, and there we go. Retake the lead on lap number 6. But Leclerc's going to come back on lap number 7. However, he's gone past before the DRS detection points. That gives me DRS, and I'm able to save some ERS with this way. I have to deploy a little bit though, because Sainz then decides to come next. So I'm almost a Ferrari sandwich down the middle. Didn't want to be there, but almost had my eyes closed for that moment. But fortunately, Sainz there chose to go over the curbs. But I think Sainz has got in front of his teammate as well, and this is taught a bit of a train. Oh, Sainz has got a 10-second penalty as well. Now, I don't know, just for nothing. And then I grazed the wall, and it added 12% wear to my front right. What? Like, since when has grazing a wall as ever in real life given you more wear? Let me know if you're an engineer and you know about these things. Please let me know in the comments below as well, because I'm interested to see how grazing a wall can affect the tyre wear, as well as their Sainz try to go. We jump to lap 9. I've just the extra tyre wear now. It feels absolutely dreadful, to be honest. So it's annoying. I was going to do the alternate strategy, pit the sauce. I think that's what I could have done. Still, the rear tyres are being a bit of an issue with the wear, as they were in Brazil as well. But now move on to the hard tyres, and don't need to worry about wear of these tyres because they'll go to the end of the Grand Prix. Been undercut by Alonso, who's come out of nowhere to retake the lead, but he's already lost the lead to Leclerc, and now Norris and Alonso side by side through through the final, what is technically the final corner there as well, across the line. They're still going side by side through turn 2. Alonso should have this move done. Can I follow Norris through though? Norris is still there, and they both got DRS, but now you can see this sizable gap Leclerc has. He surely is out of DRS range at this moment in time, as we pass the smiley face yet again as well. They're still going side by side. It's a great race between Norris and Alonso there. And now we come into this section. One of these two is going to be compromised, and I smell a little bit of a dive bomb here. It's going to be Alonso that's compromised down the inside at his left-hander, and I tried the best to give Alonso much room, but there was a bit of contact there. But yes, very unorthodox place to make a move into this corner as well. No, I don't think you'd have made that so much on last year's game because of the DRS detection point, but the DRS detection point's been moved after the corner, and Norris without DRS. I do worry about McLaren's straight line speed. Like, that was very easy. And you can see Leclerc's got a 1.6 second lead with 7 laps to go. I think Leclerc's going to check out now, which is so disappointing. A little bit more pace, and I think if we hadn't grazed the wall there, as well as Alonso gets back past Norris, which adds to my fears that McLaren are down on power and straight line speed. As Verstappen, he's dropped, he's fallen a few more positions here, as well as Norris is going to have another go as well. Alonso has a think about me. There's a bit of contact again between myself and Alonso, but Alonso stays P2, as that is Verstappen re-overtaking Oscar Piastri. Piastri and Verstappen are sort of battling here as well. You can see, I think that's Zhou and Albon still fighting for P10 as well. They're still going to go side by side. Up the road, it's Hamilton and Perez, the sole remaining Mercedes, having a go as well. And Piastri will have the inside move, but can't get the move done. Meanwhile, Alonso, that Aston actually has got very good straight line speed. Maybe that's why, Alonso did take pole here, He's not going to win today because Leclerc has checked out, unfortunately, just like he did at Monza. Leclerc has found that where we're all battling, he's able to capitalise. Again, here you can see Alonso comes past with DRS, and it's just about saving enough to be able to get past. Meanwhile, Piastri is having a go at Verstappen as well. Piastri will have DRS and get past Verstappen, but for how much longer? That's Albon past Joe. But of course, this is the last lap now to I need to charge the battery through the middle corner. In actual fact, I think I'm going to give DRS, try and let Alonso pass, go down to none for this corner, and off this corner, as I drift through it over the 1,000th time, I'm going to give Alonso Alonso's going to go past, and there's the DRS detection point. Now I'm going to use overtake to make sure he doesn't get too far ahead, and he's flashing already. Thank you very much. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be P2. And also, I'm going to help Lando out, and he's going to get P3, which is very good for McLaren. I'm sure they'll be very happy with that. They probably wanted me to give the position to Lando. I'm not going to do that. It is second place. It is I thought I could have got the win. I managed the pace well through the early sectors, but Leclerc, I think that if you pitted the softs, I think possibly we could have reined him in, but I don't know. That's the thing, because there hasn't been that much of a tyre delta, which I wanted to see, which is such a shame. The fresher tyres don't have such a big impact they had in F123. Yeah, my pace was absolutely fantastic, 33.7, only beaten by Leclerc. Leclerc, as I say, well-deserved race win there. Albon, disappointing. I thought if he got past Gilles, I think he definitely could have challenged Verstappen, Piastri, Perez, all for points. But yeah, in terms of because it was a poor race for Hamilton, I've re-overtaken him. Piastri's not too far away either. So there's two rounds to go. One of them is unfortunately a sprint race. The next one at Qatar. So yeah, well, interesting to see. Verstappen is indeed world champion, by the way. I should point that out. As well, he cannot be beaten now. In terms of Red Bull, though, 31 points behind Ferrari are. Obviously, Sainz had that penalty, so didn't score, which was BS. But that's just the F1 game these days. Unfortunate for him. Yeah. So yeah, and now we're in a championship rivalry with Lewis Hamilton. 2 rounds to go. Mercedes, the car is just been so poor in this season, not like that it's been in real life F1. A good host of awareness and good host of attribute increases almost takes me up to 76, which I think we've increased like 10 almost. No, we started on 67, I think I wanted to say. So we've increased by almost by 8 almost, I think. In terms of the strategy analysis has got a new perk, and the wind tunnel engineer. I hope there's more than 3 levels, otherwise that's going to be a very short-lived feature. But there we go, ladies and gentlemen. 3rd podium of the year. It's I felt I'm slightly disappointed that I couldn't get the top step. For Leclerc, he won, but Verstappen had enough by finishing P8 today to just get enough points to win the championship. 2 rounds to go. Yes. 2 races to impress McLaren, potentially. They've been secret meetings. We'll see what happens during the off-season, whether we stay with Williams, whether we move to McLaren, or perhaps another team as well. That next episode at Qatar will be coming very soon. Might be next week, might be not, depending on what else happens with Game Experiment and possibly a fancy livery and F1 Manager in the frame as well. So until the next video then, I'll see you next time. Take care, thanks so much for watching, enjoy your day, and goodbye.
Bye.